Ladies and gentlemen, just a ramble today because I have to grade a lot of papers, so today's a ramble. Check this out. A month ago I sold a watch on eBay, and it was in mint condition, and the buyer sends me a photo of the watch. He said, with a little scratch on the bezel, he says there's a scratch, and I refunded him some of the money so he would be happy. And it was probably legit. You know, maybe it got scratched in transit, but here's the thing. I have a suspicion that someone could run a scam. You could buy a watch, take a water-based marker, mark it up, send a photo, and then get discounts. What if he did? I mean, in the back of my mind, I think that happened, but, you know, I'm not accusing the guy of that. So here's what I want to talk about today. I want to talk about the myth of the keeper watch. The myth of the keeper watch. Now, for those of you who are addicted to gadgets, laptops, tablets, that is a particular type of insanity based on built-in obsolescence. As soon as you buy the laptop, it's obsolete. There are new ones already coming out with faster chips, better software, better operating systems. You buy a Chromebook, and within 5 years you're not getting updates anymore. I think there's a new OS for the Chromebook. Better screens, 4K screens, better resolution, thinner, lighter, longer battery life, more Thunderbolt ports. It's all built on obsolescence, and that's an insanity of its own. I mean, you could almost, if you're a gadget freak, on some weird, crazy level, you could almost justify never buying any electronics because of that. You could always say, well, why would I buy this when 3 months later down the road such and such will happen? It's an amazing neurosis. Watches present a different type of insanity for the addict, and it's a narrative, what I call the keeper narrative. The keeper narrative goes like this, and there's some truth to it, and I'm on the fence about it for a little bit, and I'd like to know what you think about it. The keeper narrative is that you get into watches, you learn more about them, and as you develop a knowledge, you climb the ladder and you get more and more watches. You get to a point where you need to reduce your collection, and you want watches that are really holy grail level of quality. And it's a compelling narrative in a lot of ways. And by the way, if you're a Seiko person, this would be my advice based on that narrative. Get one tuna. You can either get the 031, which I have here, or if you like a monochromatic scheme, the all stainless 033. I would get that. And then this is my only other keeper. This is a cyan blue diver, but I don't even know if you should get this unless you love the blue. I love the blue. I don't know how I could get rid of that. In fact, the three watches you just saw, including this tune on my wrist, if I had a gun to my head and I could only keep three, those would be the three. I'm not going to sell the other ones, but if I were you, don't get a bunch of samurais, don't get a bunch of sumos. Don't get a bunch of monsters. Don't get a bunch of turtles. No. Get one tuna and one Marine Master 300 and you're done. That would be the keeper narrative. Are there flaws in the keeper narrative? Yes. Check this out. I love this tuna. Whenever I wear it, it's a no-doubter. I feel like I'm 100% wrist presence, singing on the wrist. But the problem with the keeper narrative is twofold. One, having a keeper watch, such as this tuna, doesn't prevent you from wanting new watches. I'm going to be honest with you. Don't be surprised if I buy a new watch in the next 3 to 6 months. Loving this watch doesn't, or if I had a Marine Master 300, loving my watch as much as I do, as much as a keeper as this is, won't prevent me or you from wanting another watch. I like the G-Shock Twisted Metal MTG B1000. I like the one with the bracelet. I like it. I mean, it's a big watch. You can sync it with atomic radio or with your phone. So it's got a Bluetooth sync up with your smartphone. I like it, man. I wouldn't be surprised if I bought it. But I'm trying to hold off on it. I mean, it's a big, chunky watch. I'm going to see if that doesn't work anymore. Now, if I were going to get a Swiss watch, a keeper watch for the keeper narrative, definitely for me, it would be a Tudor black base steel. And for those of you who like Swiss watches and you don't mind really expensive tune-ups and maintenance costs and you know, tricky movements that are like, it's like having a Lamborghini car. I mean, I don't know, man. That's always been my thing. I never was really, it was never the $3,000 price tag of a Swiss luxury watch that threw me off. It was always the thought that the movement would be a nightmare. It would be like a high maintenance, you know, person to have to carry around with me. And, you know, Lee, he contacted me, you know, his Omega Planet Ocean. He had to take it back, and he was not happy, man. And that happens, man. So, you know, but if you don't mind spending the money on maintaining your Swiss watch, I do definitely like that Tudor black base steel. I love it. So the other drawback to the keeper narrative is that it's just fun to flip. Flipping, if you're a watch obsessive, a watch addict like I am, and many of you probably are, you just get to try new watches. The problem is, if you don't work in a watch store, then you don't have free access to hundreds of watches. You're buying watches pretty much. I mean, if you're pretty big, then sometimes the watch manufacturers will send you stuff, loaners, that's fine. But what happens by and large is you're buying the stuff yourself. You're buying it because you're passionate about a watch, and then to fund what you're doing, you know, you're flipping it on eBay. And I gotta tell you, man, that experience I had where the guy sent me a photo of a watch I sent him that was mint and there was a mark on it. He was probably legit, but I can't help but in the back of my mind think that he was running a scam. And you know, you could Photoshop, you could mark up that stuff, and I don't know, man. I don't even want him buying it. I almost want to block him from being able to buy. If I were to sell another watch, I don't even want him buying my watches. I mean, I'm suspicious, man. I can't help it. So let me know what you think. Are you a proponent of the watch keeper narrative? Or do you just think flipping is the way to go? Final point before I go and grade papers. I've been off, I was on a Facebook page for Seiko fans, and I went off it over a month ago. And I missed the people. They were good people. But I have to tell you, just to share this with you, maybe it'll be helpful for you. I think I'm happier since I got off of it. I'm definitely less anxious. Perhaps it's because I have an addictive personality. Being compelled to curate my watches on that Facebook page and photograph them and interact with people and get likes and comments, and it took up a lot of energy and it created a lot of anxiety, and it did really nothing to elevate my sense of happiness or self-worth or a sense of authenticity. But going off of it, I'm definitely happier. Now, going off of it didn't, quote, cure me of my watch addiction. I'm still a watch addict, as you know. I just told you I'm liking a new watch right now, a G-Shock that's out there. I may or may not buy it, but just to let you know that I don't think there are any absolute answers to watch addiction or watch hobbies, but I'm glad I got off that social media page because it helped me achieve a little bit of a balance, and maybe that's all we can ask for. So that's it. Tell me what you think of the watch keeper question. I got to go back to grading papers. That's it, man. That's my life, and it's gray out here, man. I got some new lighting set up, man. I don't know. Hope it works out all right because it was dark that last video. All right, ladies and gentlemen, tell me what you think. Until next time, I'm out.